Hello YouTube, I am back with another travel video. My family and I just did a cruise on the Norwegian Sky from November 25th through the 29th out of Miami, and we had a great time. But this video in particular is going to be about Splash Academy because I couldn't find very many Splash Academy videos online, especially that were up to date. So I just wanted to give a little bit of information about the Norwegian Sky Splash Academy, and I'm pretty sure this is probably going to be across the Norwegian brand, or NCL Cruises brand. I personally, this is the first cruise that I have done with a child. We have a 3-year-old, and we've cruised numerous times before, but this is the first time that we've done so as parents. So the experience was a little different, but it was very, very pleasant, and Splash Academy kept him extremely busy. So what I have is I have the Splash Academy itinerary that we just got last week. So once I'm finished explaining some of the pros and the cons and things that I personally liked about it, I'm going to go ahead and post pictures of this. So it'll give you an idea of what the Splash Academy has to offer. They have 4 different tiers. My son is a turtle. He was a turtle because it's 3 to 5, and then it's 6 to 9, and then it's 10 to 12, and I think 13 to 15 before they go into the teenage program, which is a whole different area. Don't quote me on all those names. I mean, on all those ages. I know for sure the turtles are 3 to 5, and I know the next group is 6 to 9. So, some of the pros. We did not get off at one of our ports. So, I was personally worried about, will he have stuff to do on the boat? Because we knew we didn't want to get off on port. Is it going to be open? Da 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 da. Well, the Splash Academy was open. It's actually open the entire day that the boat is at port, which was completely awesome, especially for us since we did not get off. They will feed them breakfast from like 8 to 9, or I know the times are ship specific, so it could be different if you're going on a different ship. But they will feed them breakfast for $6, and they will feed them lunch for $6. So if you want to go off for port, I'm assuming you can go for port and leave them there. If you want to do that, then you'll be out of $12 to be free all day long. They have programs for them in between. They take them to, I believe they took them to the buffet, not because we left our son, but because we saw them there. So they took them to the buffet and fed them, and they had a nice time with them during lunch. So that was the first pro that I really liked, that they were open all day while at port. I'm not sure what other ships do it because, like I said, this is the first ship that we have been on as parents. So that this was new for us. But the second thing that I really like was that they are open late, and I know a lot of the other ship lines do offer the late service. So if you're not there to pick them up by 10:30, which that was the case on our cruise, then they charge you $6 per hour. So even if you're going to pick them up and it's going to be 10:45, you might as well just wait till 11:30 because you're going to be charged $6 anyway. So we left him late 2 nights. The first night they did like a little arts and crafts things with them. And the second night that we left him was actually a movie night after the pajama party that they had. So he was watching The Incredibles. They have bathroom facilities in there. They have hand washing stations in there. They do not feed them in there. And I don't know if they give them something to drink. My son said that he asked for water and they gave him water. I don't know. Sometimes he says random things because he's 3 and that happens. Anywho, so I really did enjoy it. It was great for me and my husband to have a quick getaway, some alone time, and like I said, he absolutely loved it. The con that the ship did have, it can fill up. So there is a certain amount of children that are allowed in, as with any childcare option that you do. So for each particular room, there's a set amount of children that can be in the room with the counselors or with the teachers. And it may be like 20 to 30 kids, maybe 25 to 30. So if you decide you want to do stuff and take your kid at 8:30, well, that's what everybody else decides. So there were a couple instances when I went to check on my son that there were some upset parents outside because the room was filled and they could not put their children in. So that's something that you might want to look out for if you decide to go on the Norwegian Sky. It is a smaller ship, and we went on a holiday weekend, so there were plenty of children, and it did fill up. We were able to get our son in all the time. He was there all day, every day. But some of the other families that we came across, they decided to wait a little later and they weren't able to get their child in. So that's just something to keep in mind. There were some families that were waiting outside of the room for people to come pick their kids up, like to take them to dinner, take them to lunch. And once they leave, and then you have the space to put your child in, but it's on a first come, first wait basis. So that was a con, but like I said, we didn't have a problem with our son because we took him first thing in the morning and he did not want to leave. So maybe I know some parents, their kids want to leave and have a break, but for those parents, it was hard for them to get their child back into the program. So what I'll do now is I'm going to post some pictures of the Splash Academy little curriculum that they had for them. And I want to thank you so much for watching. And I'll also have a video of what the Splash Academy looks like, because again, I could not find that online. And it'll show in the video little portholes that you can actually look down into the room. So we were able to come back and forth throughout the day and check on him at any time. Look in the window, see what they're doing, how he's playing, if he looks tired. We were able to come and check on him all throughout the day, which I really love those portholes. But you'll see all that in the video, and also you'll have pictures of the curriculum just to give you an idea of if you want to take your child on the cruise. So I'm going to do I didn't really do a ship tour because there are ship tours on YouTube. So you can just look up Norwegian Sky and do a ship tour. But I do have some footage that I will post in a separate video. And it will be talking about the open bar. Yes. And it'll also have our room tour and different things specific to the ship. So thanks so much for watching. I hope you enjoy the tour of the Splash Academy. Please, please, please subscribe if you like it, because there are going to be a lot more travel videos to come. And you guys have a great winter.
So this is the hallway where you would go register them at the end of the 7th floor. That's the hand sanitation station. Some of the artwork. These are the portholes that I was mentioning where you can actually look down. There are 2 per room, I believe, and each age group is in a different room. So these were for the older children. And like I said, my son was in a group for 3 to 5, so this is the room that he was in. So if we did not see him in one window, we just go down to the next window and you'd be able to see them. This is also where the restroom, or one of the restrooms, and one of the exits is located, like the emergency exit probably. And this hallway also has the video arcade. And the arcade was really nice. We didn't go in there much. It was a bit expensive. I think $1.75 per swipe. But it had a nice variation of games. Again, another area where you can sanitize your hands. And also, before your kids go into the play area, they make sure that they sanitize their hands. This boat was really good about that. Even when we were going to the buffet area, everywhere we went, there was somebody stationed there to make sure that we were able to sanitize our hands. So this is the area that my son was actually in, the 3 to 5-year-old. And they had quite a bit of toys, quite a bit of different things that they did with the children here. This particular room, like I said, this is the one that had the exit. It also has a hand washing station with the little stools, which I really appreciate it because my son is really self-sufficient. So it gives him a way to wash his hands if he needs to. They had an area for the soiled toys. They also had the restroom back here with the stool, as well as the diaper genie. So I'm not sure how that was supposed to go since my son is potty trained, but I know they did have beepers that they could hand to parents whose children needed assistance. But like I said, again, I'm not completely sure how that worked. But they did have the different bins for the soil toys, the clean toys. They had the mats, as you saw. And this is actually the room where we did the registration when we first get there. And this is a shot of the room we did registration in. Again, the hand washing stations, and they did a little survivor night. So that was fun for the kids. And the bigger kids are in these rooms, so they do separate. Now, this is the itinerary that they had. So if you want to take a minute to pause, you'll see that they kept them completely busy. They had plenty of things to do, even on sea days. Thanks so much for watching. Please subscribe.